He tells CBS News about new developments in Ukraine, the controversial decision to negotiate potential plea deals with the 9/11 suspects, and the significant developments in the Mar-a-Lago investigation. What's your reaction to the appointment of a special master?
Well, I think it's an important step because the court, an impartial advocate with the special master, will review these documents and return to the government and return to Donald Trump those documents which are theirs and should be returned.
Okay. As the ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, have you been briefed on the Mar-a-Lago records?
No, we've asked to be briefed, and the Department of Justice and the FBI have declined to brief us. Now, the intelligence community has said that they want to brief what's known as the Gang of Eight, the top members of the House and the Senate who deal with intelligence and classified information. We're awaiting that. It was interesting that the court order about the special master indicated that those type of briefings could go forward.
In Federal Judge Eileen Cannon's order, it says the government was not restricted from briefing congressional leadership who have intelligence oversight responsibilities. So what explanation were you given?
Well, none. And that's what's so shocking about this is that as the documents...
There was no explanation given?
We have not received any information or no explanation.
Is there any clarity on these reported records from Mar-a-Lago that were about a foreign government's military defenses and nuclear capabilities?
You know, those are news reports. There's not been any corroboration or any information that has been provided that's not a result of an alleged leak on any of those matters. Currently, no one knows but the FBI and the Department of Justice as to what's in those documents. And so we're certainly looking forward to getting briefed and an understanding of, what were these documents and why is it that the Department of Justice chose to do the most intrusive, invasive actions by raiding Mar-a-Lago.
Former President Trump said earlier this week, or suggested earlier this week, that he declassified the records at Mar-a-Lago. If that, in fact, happened, was it an abuse of executive authority?
Well, the president has broad authority to do so. It's constitutional. It resides solely with the President of the United States.
But in your mind, it was not an abuse of his executive authority to declassify?
Well, the president doesn't, they have no abuse of the authority in declassification. It is under their sole discretion, and that's even constitutionally been court reviewed. Certainly, President Biden and all presidents have had.
But this is on a big scale.
The question is
right?
going to be not abuse of discretion. The question is going to be, did he actually do so? It's going to be fact-based. Did he actually declassify these? And it takes more than him just thinking that the documents are now declassified. This is going to be a fact-based issue, of which I'm certain there's going to be a dispute in court, and we'll have to see how this is resolved by the court itself.
Let's just shift gears to Ukraine. With heavy Russian losses in Ukraine, based on your briefings, has there been a shift in that conflict?
Well, certainly Ukraine is making advances, and they're doing so with the aid of our weapons and weapons from the West and other NATO countries, and their own ingenuity, their will to fight, their own strategies and weaknesses, obviously, on the part of Russia and Russian troops.
So you think there has been a perceptible shift? Absolutely.
The gains are real, and we certainly hope that they hold them and that this results in a turning point in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. What's also troubling is that as Ukrainians advance the atrocities that they're finding, Russia is continuing to kill innocent civilians. There are allegations of mass graves, all of which look to war crimes. All of these are going to have to be investigated.
Do you believe that there is significant evidence of war crimes in Ukraine at this point?
I mean, now the effort is for the United States and others to aid Ukraine to put together those cases so that we can go to the International Criminal Court and actually seek justice for those who have been victims for these atrocities.
What kind of support is Russia receiving from Iran and China?
Well, we receive reports that from Iran that they are buying weapons from them. We see reports, obviously, of North Korea. On the battlefield itself, there certainly are evidences of Iranian weapons. No one is seeing any evidence at this point of China assisting or aiding Russia.
What's your assessment of this week's meeting between the Russian and Chinese presidents?
This was very interesting because when President Xi and President Putin met in February, they had this no limits declaration as to the level of their partnership. But obviously there were limits because China did not step in and provide military aid to Russia. Vladimir Putin stands today in front of President Xi, a much diminished world leader, as we have seen not only the atrocities, just the brutality of what his his military has done in Ukraine, but also how they have failed.
A CBS News investigation confirmed that there are preliminary plea negotiation discussions going on between military prosecutors and defense attorneys for the 9/11 suspects. As the senior Republican on the House Intelligence Committee, what actions could you take?
And we already have in place laws that restricts to some extent the administration's options, but I think we're going to have to continue that debate as we see what the administration begins to propose.
So your concern is that this administration or a future administration could swap the 9/11 defendants.
Everybody wants justice, and I think this administration has a record of releasing terrorists and known terrorists in ways that ultimately result in their freedom, and we want justice.